Hi, it's your girl Hallie. We're talking about how you're going to be elite in the bedroom. We're talking all the nitty gritty information that nobody really wants to share because we're low key gatekeeping it. It's your girl Hallie, aka Pink Water Bottle Girl, spilling all my spicy tips as usual. Here's the first thing that we have a problem. They, them, man, women, we all do it. We all ask ourselves, how do I look right now? What am I doing in the bedroom? Do I look ugly? Does she think I look hot? Is this pose comfortable? Is this hot? Like, you're always just asking so many questions instead of actually in the moment just kind of thinking, how much pleasure can I experience right now? How good can I make me and them feel right now in this moment? It starts with one step. First things first is you want to be vulnerable in the bedroom. You want to share your emotional needs, your fantasies, your desires, but so many people are scared of vulnerability in the bedroom because we just have so much shame written into our in DNA from our family. We pass it down, your parents' shame, their shame. And lots of us never have an actual conversation besides like, don't get a girl pregnant or how to not get pregnant. It's pretty boring. And even if it is, it's generic. It's bananas on condoms. It's never, hey, when I'm trying to frick somebody, how do I actually be good at it? So when it comes to being vulnerable, you just want to share your statements, never in an attacking way. Like, you never do this in the bedroom. You never do XYZ. You always want them to feel very comforted and safe. So to make sure somebody doesn't turn defensive, because in the bedroom, everything is ego. Man, woman, doesn't matter. Everybody feels ego in the bedroom. Like, if you tell somebody, hey, you did terrible at munching me out last night, like you were going way too hard, somebody's just going to get like, oh shit, like I'm bad in the bedroom. So it triggers them. It triggers that shame that they've experienced from their past. So instead, I just be like, hey, I love when we were doing this. You were doing so good. Compliment. Next thing, negative. We're using the compliment sandwich method. Negative is going to be like, I really love when you're, say this is a guy, babe, I really love when you're using both your hands at the same time. I personally just like it a little bit softer. You see how you said that? Like, I didn't like attack her, and I was just like, I like what you're doing. I just like it a little bit softer. It makes it very nice. And then go one more time with the follow up of a nice thing. Oh, but you look so hot while you do it. Like your hair, babe, which is like flowing, whatever she wants to hear. I don't know why your hair would be flowing. Okay, it's windy, whatever. You have fake wind in the hair, whatever. But that's the thing. You just give positive, negative, positive, and talk to somebody with I statements and don't attack them. And that's going to be how you're going to first create vulnerability in the bedroom, because that's where most people just immediately stop. Next thing, number two, this one, men need it too, but women usually don't get enough of it. And that is mastering the art of anticipation. Anticipation in the bedroom is why when you first meet somebody, it's so hot. Why when you guys crack and get intimate, it is just magnetic because there's so much anticipation. You've never seen what this person looks like. Every date you're excited. Will I get some? Will I not? What are we going to do? Everything is just built on anticipation. Honeymoon phase, it's just constant anticipation of what's to happen. But then we get into our regular lives, and then the anticipation disappears, and then you stop caring about it. But how do you bring it back? It's really easy. It's just like doing small little acts throughout the day. You can start edging your partner in the morning, throughout the day, giving them sweet little words or sending them photos or mixing it up. Like, I love to send guys a live photo, and then you take the live photo, but then you like flash them. But if you do it quick enough where you pull down the top and then like pull it up quickly on a live photo, if he sees it, it's going to look like this. Like, my top would be on. But if he plays a live photo, you see me like doing a little flashy flash. So it's also really fun to send somebody that at work. And then once again, it builds anticipation for what's going to happen. Take it slow with a girl. Obviously, women, we get in our heads and we can't finish because men just want to rush it. Like, I know I'm so hot and sexy. Like, your girl is beautiful. Of course, you just want to devour her. It's like literally putting a chocolate cake in front of me and telling me not to eat it because I will devour it. Like, that's torture. So having your hot girl in front of you, of course, you just want to get to it. But she needs buildup. She needs warmth. She needs emotional and physical connection. Only problem with how to build up anticipation is some people crave emotional intimacy before Pound Town. Some people get it after Pound Town. And usually in a relationship, we're each split. One of us has one of the others. So learn how to build emotional vulnerability with your partner. And then you guys can really work on building up that anticipation throughout the day, send that little midday text. It's the slow burn that when you meet up, it's not just one moment in the bedroom. It's one extended long day, hour time. It makes it more fun. All right, your step 3 is you need to own your desire, okay? Lots of us are so scared of showing our freaky side. So many of us have so much shame, but how many of us are, watching corn on the weekends, having fantasies, having thoughts, having all our needs expressed? It's really easy for everybody to feel so much shame about it, but you should embrace your desire. And I feel like also embracing your body is going to make you elite in the bedroom because we hide everything. We're so ashamed of our body and our desires. Like when you get into the shower, maybe you quickly look at yourself, but you never like look at yourself. Like, have you ever, masturbated a little bit in the bathroom mirror in front of your full body mirror? It is so hot to see what you look like. Hell, record yourself by yourself. Everybody thinks that if you want to record some videos, you have to do it with two people. What's wrong with making a little solo tape? See what you look like in the moment. Be less scared of yourself in the moment. Own your desire. You look hot when you're about to finish. Your face is sexy. Your body is hot. Like, more you want to embrace it and less hide from it. Just like that. Talk about your needs with your partner. You shouldn't be only going to Pound Town and never talking about it outside the bedroom. If you and your partner can't talk about it, that's a big red flag. Even if it's just as simple as talking about new things you want to experience, or even just talking about like post-game recaps. Like, hey, last time when you did that, it was so hot. Can we do that again? That is having a communicative conversation about your desires. All right. Step 4, awaken the sensory play. We have so many senses. I will say for guys, you guys are amazing at using all your senses. Guys are locked in. They're listening to her moan. They're watching her body. They're just feeling it. They smell the sweat, the energy. They love it. Women, I say we get so stuck in our head that we can't even rely on our senses because we're so turned off. So to have a multi-sensory experience in the bedroom, to be that god or goddess and just be elite, you need to learn how to turn on everybody's senses. For men, I always tell women that if you're going to be giving head, right, and you're on their cucumber, make it sloppy and loud. Like, women get insecure that if they make too much noise when they're going down and making little gag, burp, whatever noises, it's going to be like disturbing. It's hot. Every guy loves it. Men love the noise. So I'm like, gag on it, be loud. Be using your senses when you give brain. Get it sloppy, pull it back a little bit, make some eye contact, tap it on your tongue, tap it on your cheek. Get fun with it because that plays into the senses. And I'm like, don't be afraid of it. Even if you're doing temperature play in the bedroom, adding ice cubes, things like that are all ways to get the senses going. It's easy to do it on a guy. I feel like for women, we need that slow buildup, which is like the wine and dine. You take her out to dinner, you light the candles, you play the music. That involves her senses. She smells the candle. She had the nice wine, like you're getting her into it. And then when you're actually in the bedroom, women, we want to hear you moan, but we don't exactly want it to sound too wet when you're eating us out. Like if you're going down on my kitty, I don't want it to sound too much like I'm not going to be hating on it, but it would definitely distract me. So it's a little bit different to entice our senses. I always say focus on the places she never receives touch. And usually for women, the places that are sensitive are the back of your spine, your lower tailbone area. I have super cute little dimples on my tailbone, so I love when a guy like massages back there. And I feel like usually guys are drawn to my tailbone because when you're giving it from behind, first thing you see my little dimples. So I'm used to guys touching right there and it feels so nice. The back of the thighs. I know we're all about the inner thighs, but when she's up and missionary and her legs are kind of, above the head, take your hands and grip her thighs, graze her thighs. It is a very ticklish, soft area behind the neck, on the collarbone. This place is just androgynous zone. Even the chest, like even this blanker space, not just her chesty, but even the flat parts are still very sensitive. And same for men. Men have the same exact sensory play around the neck. The earlobes, I love getting a little earlobe nibble smooch. It feels so nice. And people are like, forget about the ears, but they're actually such an androgynous zone. Like, I don't know if this is true because I never fact checked it, but they say for certain massages that they don't massage men's ears because it causes a little bit of a boner. I think that's so funny. So be aware of that if you're ever massaging a guy's ear. Maybe it's like a little trick. But anywho, there's different ways to get her senses going when it comes to touch that will surprise her. Because with a woman, we're trying to get her out of her head. So that's why we're adding the senses, the lighting the candles, the music, massaging in places that she's not used to. Her peach, little starfish area. You don't have to go in. You're not doing backdoor play, but kind of tickling around there, grazing her cheeks. They're very ticklish areas. So involve all the senses. Her touch, her sound, the sight, do all of those things and she will love it. The last step, step 5, embrace the afterglow. Intrigation, stay present. Sometimes I've been with guys, girls, that after you finish with them in the bedroom, they're just checked out. And it's not because they don't care or they don't want you. It's just that they're really in their head now. They just finished, they're tired, they're thinking about what they got to do after this. Oh, I got to get in the shower, I got to go to work, I got to blah, 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 blah. But it takes you out of the present moment. And when you're being with somebody in the the bedroom and being elite in the bedroom, it's about making from A to Z amazing. And people forget the finish, the afterwards, because I've had great pound town with a guy and the worst aftercare. And the aftercare was so bad that it ruined the actual experience. Like, I don't even remember what the intimacy looked like. I just remember how they acted afterwards. That's how important this step is. That's why it's step 5. It's the most important. And all these things you just did won't matter if you ruin this. So don't forget this, but take the time to be present with them. Aftercare doesn't have to be this super mushy, gushy pillow talk. I feel like some people don't know how to do proper aftercare because they just love bomb. They're just like, oh, you're the most beautiful. I love you. That's not always aftercare. That's like in a deeper, long-term relationship. It can just be so much as just like a post-game recap. Like, wow, you looked so hot. Like your girlies were just bouncing when you were on top of me. Or I'll tell him like, OMG, like you were so sweaty and hot. Like I just wanted to like graze my fingers down your back. Literally, that is aftercare. Getting a little shower together, helping each other clean up, getting a snack, getting water, just having that little intimacy afterwards is so hot and it makes it enjoyable. And then when you end on good terms, like even if you know you're not going to see this person again, you're polite, you're nice. It's like if you just had a one night fling, you're not going to be like, okay, never see you again, bye. No, you're polite. You're like, oh my gee, that was so nice. I'll talk to you. You be nice and then you leave. Okay. You never are like, okay, get out, or like, yeah, that was a one time thing. Never state what you feel in that moment. I feel like men are usually the ones who put their foot in their mouth and they're like, well, we're never going to see each other again anyways. But like, then they ruin it. I'm like, well, there it goes. You just ruined the whole freaking thing. So keep the magic literally until you guys part. And that is how you finish it up and be elite in the bedroom. You do everything to be as vulnerable, communicative, and really in the moment as possible, making sure that both of you guys are having a fun time. And that's the thing, being elite in the bedroom, it takes practice outside to work on self-confidence, security, vulnerability, self-work. And then in the actual moment, it takes being communicative with the person and just treating them like a nice individual, like you would want to be treated. Hopefully that helps you guys step up your skills in the bedroom and makes you extra elite, just like your goat and mattress actress myself. I love you guys. I'll see you next week.